Hi guys, this is Rashid and welcome back. Last video, I showed you a two-wheel legs balancing robot. Then I have an idea that what if we just put another two-wheel legs and combine it to the four-wheel legs version. Then it will be much cooler and much stable and we can do the real jump testing on it. So today on this video, I'm going to show you that four-wheel legs robot version. And if you are ready, let's get started. From last video about my two-wheel legs balancing robot, I found that this idea could be applied to the four-wheel legs version that could do real jumping or active suspension for mobile robot. I'm still using the same ratio on the 4-bar linkage mechanism, which could make tip of the leg goes up down in straight line. And this is the actual leg design. To maximize the motion, I need to make the idle link on top curvy, so when legs contract, it could go much deeper. And here is the overall design of the four-wheel legs version. With this warm tone color, it looks like a Japanese fox, so maybe I should call it Foxy or Kitsune. And the length of this body aluminum frame is 530mm. Inside there is a red board with our custom ESP32S3 called ATC Moab ROS. I use this development board for many of my projects. It has port for S-Bus, LED strip, RS485 and also built-in BNO055 AMU. If you want to know more about this, please check on attractlab-shop.com. I will put the link in description below. This time, I also attached Raspberry Pi 5. For later, I could use it with ROS2 command and doing some AI stuff. And the yellow block is DC-DC regulator for 5 and 12 volt. And there are two of 6S LiPo batteries connected in series for 48 volt. On front, there is Intel RealSense D455 camera. Later, we can do something with that depth camera. And that is overall design of this robot. Then we just 3D printing it out and then install all of the bearings of each joint. For wheels motor, I am still using robotdogs 05, which is fast and strong enough, and reinforce the motor shaft with M6 long bolt. Then assemble the rectangle frame as in the design, and we can put the leg motor with an attachment like this. For this time, I use a bigger bearing, 2 pieces per each joint, and same for all of the joints. Then I use this reamer bolt, which has proper clearance for bearing in the hole, and between the links joint, there will be a plastic spacer sit between two bearings. So when we assemble everything together, the end nut lock at the end, and it makes the assembled part rigid without any wobbling. And the linkage is moving as expected. To set up each of motor, I connect the CAN cable from motor to this CAN connector hub, and using this CAN to USB converter from robotdogs. So you will need to make sure to connect motor one by one and power the motor from 6S battery. Then on Windows computer, we can use Motor Tool software provided by robotdogs and open up the application. First, just change language to English, refresh COM port, and open COM port, then detection devices. Then you will see the motor is detected. On lower left, we need to erase the previous firmware. Wait until it finishes. Then click on Open File to select the latest firmware for the correct motor. You can download this firmware from their GitHub release page. Then click on Start Update and wait until it finishes. Then to be safe, I will restart everything again. Then reconnect on the application as well. And we can click on Refresh Parameter Table to check all parameters. My limit torque is good enough, and also the CAN ID. Make sure that we remember this CAN master. It will be used on ESP32 later. After that, we can test motor by clicking on Enable, then go to MIT tab. For wheel motor, which is speed control, I just need to put on KD as 2, then specify the velocity I need, then click on single send just for one time, and motor is spinning. We can click on stop and enable again then change the velocity to higher, and that is how to set up and test the motor. And here I just finished to put all legs on the body frame. Everything looks good so far. Later we just need to put the electronic stuff inside, make some cable and hook up all together. After a couple hours, I managed to put everything inside. The ESP32 board is mounted and the Raspberry Pi 5. I don't need it now, but better to install it. And DC-DC regulator is connected and the CAN hub connector is here. The cables area are a bit messy because we have 8 motors and the power cable which is waiting for the battery to be connected to power all the components. The camera is already installed with front cover, and yes, I don't forget the fox ears which is need to be placed on here. So I use the multicolors filament printing so we can paint and put the color on which surface we want and start printing. And here are the fox ears. It looks okay, not too bad. Just at the back it looks a bit rough, but it's just for fun, so no need for serious quality. So I will try to attach it on the robot. This video is sponsored by PCBWay. I just noticed that PCBWay is also providing a service for 3D printing for multicoloring and also many color options for quality 3D modeling. You will just need to specify it on the technical drawing with the detail you need, like if you need to have proper insert nut on your part, or if your part requires an assembly with other parts. Also, there is online 3D viewer tool which you can visualize your part before order and do some final check. Not only just 3D printing, but even CNC machining on many materials like aluminum, stainless steel, titanium, carbon fiber, and more. If you are looking for a place to produce your complicated part with the fine quality, even just a single piece or as a bulk, just try go to PCBWay.com. There are many services for you. Why don't you try PCBWay for your next project? In order to make the legs moving correctly for each leg when we send a command angle, first we need to find a reference known angle for the motor. I chose this posture where the idle link is touched with the servo drive link and check the real angle on CAD. And it shows that the motor is 11.68 degrees from horizontal line. Then we need to read the encoder output angle from motor and mapping from this known angle. On test motor code, I just need to read the raw position from each motor. Then I just need to bring the leg to reference position and make a note on encoder value for each one, and do it for all of the legs. And finally, we just define that reference angle on here. Next, we need to check if the sign of each motor is correct. So make sure the wheel motors are spinning in the same direction when we send a command. And here is my main robot control program. So I made a robotdogs driver class which contain all the function about robotdogs. For example, motor state, enable and disable, send position or velocity, read status, and convert between kinematic angles and motor angle, and MIT data packing and parsing. There is sbus.h and CPP which used to run another thread to read incoming sbus signal and convert it to each radio transmitter channel. We define the pin to use for CAN transceiver and define the motor sign and reference angle from what we did earlier, then create robotdogs object with TXRX pin and CAN master ID from the motor tool setup parameter. Then set up each motor config with the correct model and CAN ID. There is channel mixing function that used for a mobile robot to create skid steering type driving. Inside setup, just start serial begin, set up SBus, and robotdogs begin. Inside loop, at first we just need to enable all the motors, then try to read its initial position, then we can calculate how much should it move to make it stand up. After that, we're going to drive each motor with the soft start. So I use polynomial function to drive each motor slowly and gentle so it will not immediately jump from the ground. Once it's all ready, then we're going to control it in here. I use S-Bus channel 2 and channel 4 to control speed for locomotion. I use channel 7 to switch to control the body orientation, pitch and roll, or control the leg height up and down. Then convert the kinematics angle to motor command angle and set velocity for the wheel motors and set position for the leg motors. And that is all of my main code. We just upload this to the robot and then let's see. Once the robot is power on, the robot is gently standing up. Then we can control the body pitch and roll. If I do it quickly, the robot will look like it's so exciting, hopping around and can't wait to go outside. Also, it could squat deeper for a big jump. I think this foxy robot is pretty much ready to go for a walk. And that's today's video. I hope you guys like it. I could say that this 4-wheel legs robot is very interesting, and I'm quite impressed that it could jump and move the body like real animal movement. Of course, even this fox robot can only move the leg just up and down, not like the quadruped robot that can just walk and climb an obstacle or stair. But this design is very simple and it has wheels for locomotion, which is faster and more stable. So we can consider that leg mechanism is kind of active suspension in this case. If you like this kind of video, please don't forget to press like and share buttons, and please feel free to comment and share your ideas on the comment down below. Thank you for watching and see you soon.